Coming up, Louisiana lawmakers approved a bill allowing citizens to carry a concealed weapon without a permit.
There may be some relief from those sky-high crawfish prices. We'll tell you why.
Loyola's Career Development Center has got you covered when it comes to what you should wear in the workforce.
PAC News starts now.
Hello, I'm Avani Joseph.
And I'm Jai Johnson. Welcome to PAC News for February 28th.
We begin with breaking news. Today, Louisiana lawmakers approved the bill to conceal and carry, meaning anyone over the age of 18 can legally carry a firearm without a permit, training, or license. The approved bill will now be sent to the governor, Jeff Landry, who is expected to sign it. This bill will go into effect on July 4th of this year. New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell and the NOPD have expressed concerns about the bill, saying that it will not help their efforts against crime. Louisiana will now join 27 other states in allowing citizens to carry a concealed weapon without a permit. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser says crawfish prices could soon be going down.
He says the recent warm weather should increase the number of crawfish, and that could lead to lower prices. Blakely Cathy reports on how the high prices have affected businesses and consumers.
Finally, crawfish season here in New Orleans. But this time, it's going to be a little bit different this season, being that the prices are so high. Let's talk to Clessie Seafood and talk to them about how the crawfish prices can affect consumers and businesses.
With bustling sounds of music and the silence of customers chowing down, Clessie's is proud to serve the community. But Boil Master Jarvis Smith explains how the drought has affected this season.
This time last year, we would have a line from that door all the way down the ramp. But this year, it seems like the price has been driven. A lot of locals, they still coming out, but they're not coming out how they would come out last year if the price was anything under, $10.
Clessie's prices are being tracked by the Crawfish Tracker app and can range from $10 to $14 a pound, with formerly costing
or $8.99 a pound.
Assistant seafood boiler Fernando Richardson feels as if this is just nature taking its course, and the tradition of crawfish will continue on.
Played out this year. Crawfish harvests have been low, and we all feel the effects of it, but we're still trying to do our best to serve our customers, make them happy.
I'm Blakely Cathy, reporting for PAC News.
Due to freezing temperatures and the recent drought, crawfish prices have been sky high. Nicholls State biology professor and crawfish enthusiast Christopher Bonvillian explains why.
What happened was we had just a record exceptionally dry summer and fall. And what that did in these ponds was, that was drying out the ponds, where actually the soil was starting to crack. And when that happens, the crawfish in those burrows, right, the crawfish, they still need water, right? They have gills, they don't have lungs. So part of those burrows is, there's maybe a little bit of water in there, or it stays like a very humid environment there, so they can still breathe. But because it got so dry, a lot of those ponds was cracking, that all those crawfish in those burrows died.
A warmer and wet winter could lead to an abundant crop for next year. We will have to wait and see. Now that Carnival is over, it's time to clean up.
PAC News reporter Ava Acharya joins us from a Bead and Parade Throws recycling hub.
Bins like these are part of a massive effort to make Carnival celebrations more sustainable. But while these bins at the corner of Nashville and Loyola are here year-round, 2024 marks the second year the City of New Orleans has sponsored the Recycled App program, during which 25 different environmental organizations come together to set up recycling hubs along parade routes. The city reported that they were able to collect over 10 tons of trash. That's over 20,000 pounds as opposed to 15,000 last year. That's a 33% increase. This includes over 4,000 pounds of glass and almost 13,000 pounds of assorted throws, and over 4,500 pounds of aluminum cans. That's a lot of cans.
Thank you, Ava.
A local 6th grade teacher is changing the way history is taught to young students at Loyola Academy. PAC News reporter Jane Wright stepped into the classroom to see how the students are taking it all in.
The way I really try to approach the social studies curriculum is to really tell them the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the curriculum is honestly great, especially when comparing it to what we did in high school.
It makes me feel kind of special because I'm learning stuff that other children didn't get to learn before.
Chatter says that he's always loved history, but he got a sugar-coated version of that in high school due to the curriculum. He says that it is important that the kids he teaches now don't have that same experience.
I learned about, slavery and how, the slaves revolted, and more about British colonizers.
All right, so I'll just get 3 people real quick. What stood out to y'all?
Students say that they are happy they are taught history uncut, and it disappoints them that other kids around the country don't have that same luxury.
It really be sad because now I don't get to know what happened about my people and what happened in the past.
Private school is great for a lot of things, but you do have to sugarcoat a lot of things, and you're not able to give them, the truth straight out.
Jane Wright, PAC News.
We have more on how local schools are celebrating Black History Month coming soon. Stay tuned to see how Loyola and Tulane came together to show their appreciation for the culture.
Black History Month provides an opportunity for when people can learn about a lot of concerns the community faces. But a recurring issue is the abuse and trauma many Black women go through. Cassandra James Weathersby created a group named Black Women Do Heal for survivors to speak their healing stories, to support each other and connect with others in New Orleans.
There's no competition, and I love that. We don't compete with each other, we compete with ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. And we as the tribe, we support each other, we support us in doing just that, and we encourage each other and hold us accountable, not in a nasty way, but in that loving way, like, all right, come on now, you better than this, we can do better. And so you don't feel like you're not allowed to make mistakes.
Black Women Do Heal holds retreats every year. They meet every week for Transparent Tuesdays, where Black women can open up about their healing. If you're interested in joining the group, visit blackwomendoheal.org.
Graduation is around the corner, and one big question students may have is, what do I wear to work? PAC News reporter Alex Akes shows us how the Career Development Center is helping students get dressed for life after Loyola.
With changing work attire trends for Gen Z out of the pandemic, Loyola's Career Center and other organizations are lending a hand to young professionals.
Loyola's Career Development Center put on an event, Style for Hire, including a fashion show, career coaching, and more professional services. Katie Bandy-Krikorian is the Director of Career Development and Student Employment at Loyola University, New Orleans. Krikorian worked alongside other career coaches and organizations on campus to produce the event.
One of the driving goals of the event was to help educate students on how to show up professionally while still remaining true to your sense of style and still feeling comfortable in your skin and your clothing.
Professional attire is changing for Gen Z, which was clear when one model at the fashion show was dressed in sweatpants for a Zoom interview and work-from-home inspired look.
We all became much more casual, and we wanted to remain comfortable, right, when we returned back to in-person work. And so I do believe that in a lot of industries, professional attire has certainly laxed and become a lot more casual.
Dress for Success NOLA's volunteer Charlene Preston was at the event spreading the word about the nonprofit services for Gen Z entering the workforce.
We have a lot of people that come to us from different walks of life, but they all have that same thing in common. that they need to get dressed for work. And sometimes affordability is the issue. It's a great job. We make people feel good also.
Students that spoke to Charlene were able to make appointments for free at Dress for Success, and they were also able to leave the event with new skills like sewing a button and tying a tie.
That way you can keep your tie tied like this, hang it in your closet so that it's ready to go when you have your next event.
From Loyola University, New Orleans, this is Alex Akes for Wolfpack News.
And surveys show that Americans are dressing more casually at work. A Gallup poll last August found that 41% of people say their typical workplace attire is business casual. That's a 7% jump since Gallup last polled people back in 2019.
Loyola organizations and communities are proving that Black history is something to be celebrated, not only in February, but every month. We'll show you how next.
This is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them. For the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before. In a space created just for you. Learn skills that never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the artist you are destined to be. This is a world stage, New Orleans, Loyola. We do things differently. Expand your mind with and for others. Make the next move forward. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Now we have Avani Joseph with our local Wolfpack weather.
Thanks, Jariah. Right now, temperature is about 73 degrees, but feels like it's 82. It is mostly cloudy and windy, expecting a 30% chance of rain and a higher wind gust possible later in the day. If we look at tonight, it looks like an overcast skies and high wind gusts. Later, we do have a cold front and dropping temperatures by at least 20 degrees. So far, it looks like the weekend will start very warm and slightly cloudy with temperatures ranging from the 30s to the 60s. We could see some heavy downpours through the overnight and into the morning with possible thunder. On Sunday, we will have showers, then scattered thunderstorms developing late. Our top 3 weather headlines today include chilly and breezy during the day, followed by dropping temperatures at night. Looking into the weekend, we see lots of rain and thunderstorms, so please be careful out there and try to stay dry. Don't forget, tomorrow is Leap Day, the extra day we get in the calendar every 4 years. The weather on Leap Day this year looks cloudy with slight chances of rain showers in the morning. It will transition into breezy and chilly conditions into the overnight with lows in the middle 40s. And remember, this extra day is remembered by its traditions like frog jokes, extravagant parties, wearing green, and old folklores that allow women to propose to men. A few ways to make the most of Leap Day is by taking advantage of unique deals or simply appreciating the rarity of this additional day. Back to you, Jariah.
As February comes to a close, campus communities around New Orleans are celebrating the Black History Month, a dedicated time to recognize the contributions of Black individuals throughout history. PAC News reporter Natalia Silva shows us how the new Mu Delta sorority worked with Loyola and Tulane students to celebrate Black excellence.
Two campus communities gathered for the second annual Black History Month Fest. Both Loyola and Tulane students share their art and passion in one big celebration. The students highlighted sisterhood, community, and scholarship to make an event that shows Black creativity and intelligence through performances and small businesses. Here we have Anaya Rogers, chapter president of Nu Mu Delta sorority and organizer of the event.
Because we have an opportunity for student business owners to be able to come forward and show all the work that they do so hard behind the scenes.
The event celebrated Black artists, performers, and businesses while having food, music, and photo booths to enjoy. Many of these Black-owned businesses are trying to get their names out there and expose their craft. Black History Month is a celebration of Black history, joy, Black creators, and Black business owners. The event's purpose was to take a breath from the normal life and be able to celebrate each other.
Just have a good time that wasn't associated with the trauma or the sorrow that can sometimes be associated with Blackness.
I'm still Black.
This is Natalia Silva with Wolfpack News.
This month serves as a reminder that Black history is not just a chapter in the past. It is an ongoing narrative that shapes the present and future for us all.
Next up, stick around to find out what it's like to tower over your teammates. We'll have a tall tale about one Loyola student.
My name is Angela Ramirez, and I'm the Executive Director of Puentes New Orleans. Our mission today is to uplift the next generation of Latinx leaders in New Orleans and the Great New Orleans area. Our new logo is made up from people holding hands, and they're just creating a bridge. Puentes means bridges. We're trying to bring all the Latino communities in New Orleans together. So I think it speaks for itself, and we really love that.
An exchange student on the Loyola men's basketball team is larger than life. I sat down with Brody Adams to find out why he says being tall isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Brody Adams is a native Canadian sophomore currently enrolled at Loyola University, New Orleans. Adams is also an athlete who stands at the height of 7 feet. And of course, with a stature like that, arms like those, and legs as long as a mile, Brody Adams is recruited to Loyola's men's basketball team.
I first came across Brody via a colleague of mine. Obviously been coaching college basketball for like 20 years now, but he shared his information with me, his highlight tape and some of his high school games. And I kind of took heed to his physical stature first and foremost, and obviously I saw some of the competition that he was playing, and I knew that he'd be a good fit for this place.
While the height may be perfect for his beloved sport, it also comes with some annoying challenges.
There are a lot of pros to being my height, but there's some cons too. Like, it's hard finding clothes that fit a lot of the times. Walking through doorways, I hit my head a lot. Finding seats on planes and trains and buses, it's a little hard. And roller coasters too, which I love. I can't do anymore.
Aside from basketball, Adams is also a talented man with a love for coding.
One way I would describe Brody, he's a very consistent person. I would describe him, he's definitely a man of many talents. One thing people don't know about him is there's a lot of skills and abilities that can help a lot of people. And he always looks to help other people. He's always looking out for other people. So it's one thing I really appreciate him as a roommate, as a teammate, as a brother.
So Avani, how was it standing next to that?
It was odd for me as a tall woman, and I had to look up so far just to like make eye contact with him.
Right. Well, that's all the time we have for now. Have a great day, and thank you from the Wolfpack.